What it do? What it do? What it do? Uh, it's your boy Decopbo, like always. Yeah, I try to pull all of the things that I learned and all the things that I'm learning, questions people ask me, and I try to like put them together, if you will, right? Put them together in the sense where it's though like maybe, just maybe they might, maybe they might come to a situation or a spot where as though they say to themselves, like, I really necessarily can't like do this to myself, right? Then you'll get to the point where you'll be wanting to learn something every day so much that people will think you're crazy. That's all you'll be thinking about, learning some new shit, right? And I found myself stuck in that space, and I think all lost depends to either God Jehovah for allowing me to be stuck in this space where every day I just want to learn something. And in doing so, I say a lot of stuff and I don't realize how much information I cramp into 10 minutes. And sometimes it's fair, sometimes it's unfair, sometimes it backfires. But most of the time, it's a lot to take in 10 minutes without it being properly broke down or sent there. So, a more complex one that I think is appropriate to like tackle because like this person told me this. This person told me this thing like soon, recently, like when I first started taking comments, and she said, "No offense, right?" She obviously a basketball fan. She was like, you on some Kyrie Irving shit right now, and I said, no, not really. And she said, well, can you please explain to me how there is no such thing as time, there's only space? And I'm like, I'm gonna let her ask herself that question again, and then it's like you get to a point where you start stepping to people, not with like being afraid of those people. You start stepping to those people respectfully, so they can treat you with respect. Like I don't walk up to my professors. I didn't walk up to my professors in school and act like I knew what the fuck they knew. No, I walked up there like, hey, you know what? I need you to do me a favor and tell me something I don't know. But no, not nowadays. Nowadays they say, tell me something I don't know because I don't believe you. I don't believe that you know that. So tell me to show me that you know what you're talking about, not to teach me something I don't know. And that's deep, right? But it's the truth. So, very briefly, getting into space and time. Now, a lot of biblical people will argue who haven't tapped into the scholars of their profession or religion. Like people smarter than them haven't read the manuals and the diaries of the scholars and stuff like that. Might look at the Bible and interpret it in a manner in which you can interpret it. Not knowing that the only time you can interpret the Bible or the Gospels is in that moment that you read it. Because I'll give you an example. I've read the Bible multiple times, and it seems like every time I read something different in it's a total different reaction than the last time I read it in my life at that moment. So you say, how can two things be different at different times? No, see, that doesn't make sense. What makes sense is two things can be possible in the same space. It's not time. Time is an illusional thing that's made up so that man can feel like it's in control over something, which we ultimately will always be trying to find because we always going to have to come back to the reality that scientists won't come to, is that we are not the smartest people on the planet. there is something greater than us. There is something smarter than us that we do not understand. We will never understand. Simple. But you say that to an intellectual, and the intellectual will take that, and they will say to themselves that it's no way possible that happen. Okay, I'll give you another example, right? When you are born, if you believe in God, Jehovah, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you do believe in the one and true living God, then you have to understand that you can't take something from him and then leave the rest. You can't say, all right, it was planned for me to die such and such day, such and such time, such and whatever. And then say that time exists, because the only thing, you have no time. You are in possession of no time. You don't own the second that comes after what I just said. You don't own tomorrow. You don't own any of those things. The only thing you own is the space behind you. That's it. That's the only thing you own. Every second you get, you own that second, but you don't own shit in front of you. Because you don't know, and no one else knows, how much space you have left. Not how much time you have left. Space. So, when people talk, I just want them to understand that if there's something that might take you twice or three times to listen to what I'm saying, please I beg of you, I pray to God that you take the advice that I have for you and just read it twice or listen to it twice. If you don't believe that what I'm saying, listen to it twice. And see, won't you get something different from it? Because it's like I'm so addictive. I'm so addicted. I'm so addicted to, like, I'm so addicted to I am so addicted to knowing stuff that every day I gotta empty that shit out so I can get some more tomorrow. So, you know what I mean? So tomorrow won't be a born day. It's your boy Decopbo, like always. Make sure that you, when you look in the mirror, make sure you tell yourself, I am beautiful and special, I deserve to be happy. And make sure that you tell yourself, if you find yourself in a miserable situation and you do not do or remove yourself from said thing that makes you miserable, you are no longer a victim, you are a participant. And last but not least, for all my fans and everybody else, remember, you do not deserve to get fucked over. It's your boy Decopbo 1.5.